Number 10. The phone buzzes once and demands immediate respect. It reads every alert like a national emergency. One notification becomes 5, then 20. The brain stops thinking and starts complying. Focus tries to finish a single thought. The phone interrupts like an emotionally needy toddler. Silence lasts for 3 seconds. Panic arrives for absolutely no reason. The brain checks the phone just in case. Nothing is there, so it checks again. Every buzz feels important. Most of them are not. The brain forgets why the app was opened. It stays there for 10 minutes anyway. Deep thinking starts to feel suspicious. Short attention spans somehow feel productive. The phone finally goes quiet. The brain refreshes the screen manually. The phone is placed face down on the table. The brain still waits for it to vibrate. Number 9. The room is dark, quiet, and clearly meant for sleeping. The screen glows like a tiny artificial sun that refuses to set. The brain assumes it is now morning for no scientific reason. Sleep immediately cancels our previously agreed plans. The eyes report extreme exhaustion. The screen confidently disagrees. Melatonin tries to arrive quietly and do its job. Blue light locks the door and pretends nobody is home. One more video feels responsible and harmless. 40 minutes vanish without explanation. At midnight, the brain suddenly wants to plan the entire future. Every idea feels urgent and unnecessary at the same time. Sleep mode turns on in the settings. The phone does not emotionally support this decision. The body lies perfectly still under the blanket. The mind scrolls at full speed anyway. The screen finally turns off with dramatic finality. The brain remains fully awake out of spite. Morning arrives loud, bright, and judgmental. The phone wakes up refreshed and ready to run another night. Number 8. The snack promises energy, happiness, and maybe friendship. The ingredient list reads like a chemistry exam written by chaos. The brain expects real food and simple satisfaction. What arrives is colorful optimism with no nutritional plan at all. The first bite tastes aggressively exciting for no clear reason. The second bite already forgets what flavor it was supposed to be. The body politely asks for fuel and balance. The snack responds with enthusiasm and absolutely no support. Hands keep reaching into the bag automatically without discussion. Hunger quietly left the conversation minutes ago. The brain lights up briefly like a cheap firework at a festival. Focus disappears just as quickly and never explains itself. The bag confidently says family size in bold letters. The brain reads, "This is a personal challenge." After finishing the bag, nothing feels full or satisfied. Regret arrives fully processed and perfectly on time. Water is consumed in heroic quantities to fix the situation. It solves absolutely nothing of importance. Later, the brain wonders why everything feels tired and confusing. The empty snack bag offers no answers or apologies. Number 7. The headphones promise peace, focus, and emotional stability. They immediately erase reality instead. The world gets quieter in a suspicious way. The brain fills the silence with anxiety. Background noise disappears completely. Internal thoughts switch to maximum volume. Productivity feels close and achievable. The mind chooses overthinking instead. A co-worker speaks directly in front of you. The headphones decide this is optional information. You nod politely while missing everything important. Confidence increases for no reason. The noise cancelling works perfectly. Awareness is fully cancelled too. You remove the headphones briefly. Reality returns louder and slightly offended. The headphones go back on immediately. Problems are postponed professionally. Peace is achieved at last. Nothing gets done, but it feels very calm. Number 6. The plan is to be efficient by doing everything at once. The brain immediately forgets how to do anything properly. Multiply tabs are open for important reasons. None of them are remembered. A video plays while messages arrive non-stop. Focus quietly leaves the building. The eyes move rapidly across the screen. Nothing meaningful is absorbed. The brain feels extremely busy and very productive. Result reviews to appear. Notifications demand attention like tiny emergencies. Every one of them feels urgent and unnecessary. Tasks overlap in a beautiful digital mess. Progress remains theoretical. Switching between apps feels fast and impressive. Thinking becomes slow and confused. Time passes quickly without permission. The to-do list remains emotionally untouched. At the end of the day, exhaustion feels fully earned. Accomplishments are still bothering. Number 5. The plan is to watch one short video before doing something productive. The finger casually signs a very long and unpaid contract. The first clip is mildly interesting and completely harmless. The algorithm sees this and becomes emotionally attached. Time starts to feel flexible and negotiable. Minutes quietly stretch into something that looks like hours. Each video confidently promises to be the last one. None of them have any intention of stopping. The brain feels extremely busy processing absolutely nothing important. A false sense of activity settles in comfortably. The thumb moves on its own with impressive dedication. Free will politely steps aside for a moment. The videos get louder, faster, and slightly unhinged. Attention becomes thinner with every smooth swipe. You tell yourself you will stop after this one. The next video arrives instantly and ignores you. The phone grows warmer as motivation slowly fades away. Sitting still somehow feels very exhausting. Eventually, the screen goes dark and the app finally rests. The brain keeps scrolling in spirit anyway. Number 4. The drink promises instant energy in loud, confident letters. The crash is carefully written in invisible ink at the bottom. The first sip feels like motivation in liquid form. Confidence rises quickly without asking permission. Thoughts begin racing faster than the body can realistically keep up. Productivity suddenly feels heroic and slightly dramatic. Hands move faster while focus quietly slips out the back door. Everything starts to feel urgent, important, and mildly chaotic. The energy peaks suddenly and without any warning signs. The body assumes there must be progress happening. Then the bus fades like a poorly planned decision. Fatigue returns with interest and zero apologies. The brain feels foggy, confused, and a little betrayed. The heart is still trying to figure out what just happened. Another can start to look surprisingly reasonable. The cycle politely offers to restart itself. Energy becomes something you chase instead of naturally have. Rest begins to feel optional and slightly suspicious. Eventually, the can is empty and slightly crushed. So is the promise it came with. Number 3. The plan is to stay inside just for today. The outside world quietly stops existing. Natural light becomes a distant memory by midday. Artificial lighting slowly takes full control of the room. The body remains perfectly still for hours. The chair quietly evolves into a long-term lifestyle choice. Fresh air is replaced by familiar indoor smells that go mostly unnoticed. The lungs adapt without complaint or curiosity. Time passes without clear markers behind closed curtains. Weather becomes a vague rumor from the internet. The brain feels strangely tired despite minimal physical movement. Energy drains in a calm and very polite way. A short walk starts to sound unnecessary and dramatic. The coach disagrees even more strongly than expected. Screens provide stimulation, entertainment, and emotional support. Reality waits patiently somewhere outside. By evening, rest feels confusingly earned and justified. The sun has come and gone without introduction. Tomorrow will definitely include going outside for sure. This promise has been made many times before. Number 2. Autocorrect is supposed to help you type faster. It secretly wants creative control. At first, the suggestions feel harmless, polite, and almost thoughtful. You accept them quickly without reading too closely. Words begin to change just a little over time. The original meaning quietly drifts away. Messages still look correct on the surface. The tone slowly becomes unfamiliar and slightly alarming. You reread the sentence and feel momentarily confused. Autocorrect remains extremely confident in its choices. Apologize turn into small accidents. Simple text evolve into unexpected and very public statements. You slowly stop trusting your own spelling instincts. The keyboard now believes it knows you better. Typing feels easier but far less intentional. Language begins driving itself without asking. The message is sent before you notice anything wrong. Regret loads instantly and without mercy. Eventually, you proofread everything twice out of fear. Autocorrect pretends this was your plan all along. Number 1. Coffee feels like a simple solution. Sleep can wait. One cup turns into a plan for productivity. The body agrees without fully understanding the consequences. Energy arrives quickly but leaves just as fast. The crash is politely scheduled for later. Sleep is postponed with confidence and optimism. Tomorrow's problem feels very far away. The brain stays awake but not necessarily sharp. Thoughts move faster but land less accurately. Another cup feels like damage control. The cycle quietly locks itself in a place. Fatigue is now treated as a lack of caffeine. Rest becomes optional rather than necessary. Night arrives but the mind refuses to slow down. The body lies still while thoughts keep pacing. Morning comes with heavy eyes and ambition. Coffee once again becomes the first solution. At some point, coffee is no longer the boost. It is simply preventing everything from falling apart.